We are now in the age of knowledge. There are things that are of low value but high stimulation, surfing the web, social media, and there are things that are of high value but low stimulation, like productive and deep, thoughtful work. So there is always the scope for distraction. In this change scenario, what is critical? Develop your ability to focus. And why? Because we are today in the age of knowledge. 700 years ago, in the Western world, there was one man called Roger Bacon, whom people in the West believed that he knew all knowledge there was to be known. In today's scenario, such a person is impossible because there has been an explosion of knowledge. And this knowledge revolution has been triggered by the convergence of three forces. First is the information revolution brought about by the World Wide Web. The internet contains 1.6 billion websites, and together they have the information of 500,000 libraries, which is accessible to everybody free of charge. The second is the technological revolution, which has resulted in all of us having computers, with the help of which we can access this knowledge, store it, utilize it, work upon it to create more knowledge. And mobile technology has put it all on our fingertips. The third is the communication revolution, which enables us to transmit this knowledge at breakneck speeds. Today, with the click of a mouse, you can immediately transmit anything from your email outbox to the email inboxes of thousands of people around the world at the speed of light. And social media has multiplied that many times. In the amount of time it takes for you to create a post on your Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram account, you can transmit it to practically millions of people around the world. So what is the consequence of the information revolution, technological revolution, and communication revolution in modern times? Knowledge available in one place of the globe is immediately received in other places as well. Knowledge created by one group of scientists becomes available to another group of researchers who utilize it and multiply it and create more knowledge. One immigrant lands up on the shores of America. He is asked, "What do you have to declare?" He says, "Nothing, because the resources are inside." And after 5 years, he's launched a multi-billion-dollar corporation. So in this scenario, anybody can create valuable knowledge without finances. If you have a mobile, you start shooting videos, create your YouTube channel. So anybody becomes a guru in whatever you know. If you're good at cooking, you become the cooking guru. And within 2 years, you've got 500,000 followers on YouTube and you're earning enough for your livelihood. If you know some other valuable piece of information, how to raise babies, you become an expert in that and teach others. So this situation is such, things have completely changed. Now access is not limited to physical locations. Somebody needing software development in USA can access a pool of personnel in India or the Philippines. The competition is also tremendous. In this change scenario, what is critical is your ability for deep work, ability for deep, undistracted thought. That is where the power of focus comes in. Quality work. What is the importance of focus? Look, the sunlight is falling all over the planet Earth. It doesn't make such a big impact. But when you focus it through the magnifying glass, it burns the paper below. That is the power of focus. Water vapor is evaporating from the lakes, the ponds, the rivers, and the seas. That same water vapor focused in the electric engine's piston and made to fire in a proper manner, it develops so much of power, the steam engine, that it pulls tens of thousands of tons of bogies and wagons behind it. That is the power of focus. So this focus is required for success because there are so many distractions. Warren Buffett was asked, "What is the secret of your success?" He said, "My ability to focus. Because when I say one yes to this enterprise, this investment, I have to say 1,000 no's. 1,000 people are bringing their propositions. In order to make one yes succeed, I have to say 1,000 no's." Steve Jobs said, Apple is as proud of the things we don't do as we are of the things we do. Because if we went into 10,000 products, we would not have had superior products anywhere. In the same way, there are so many demands on your time. There are things that are of low value but high stimulation, surfing the web, social media. And there are things that are of high value but low stimulation, like productive and deep, thoughtful work. So there is always the scope for distraction. You are writing your memo, and the distraction is just one click of a mouse away. All you need to the mind says, "This is so boring, can I just distract myself?" So, if you can learn the quality of focus, you can just increase your productivity. Because there is a Pareto's Principle. Many of you have heard the Pareto's Principle. It's an essential part of managerial coaching. Pareto's law states that 20% of the people of the country pay 80% of the taxes, and 80% of the people only pay 20% of the national tax. In any organization, 20% of the people are responsible for 80% of the effective work, and 80% of the people are responsible for 20% of the effective work. In a consumer situation, any organization's 80% revenues come from 20% of the customers, and 20% of the revenues come from 80% of the customers, and so on. So in this manner, your activities through the day are also distributed like that. 80% of your activities result in only 20% of value, and 20% of your activity result in 80% of your values. Everybody has got 24 hours a day. Those who are effective are experts in time management. It's not that they have 25 or 28 hours. They can immediately see this is the most important work I need to focus upon. So others say, okay, I had 10 works, I have done 9 of them. One I did not do. But that one was the most important. If you had done that and left out the other 9, it would not make a difference. So, this ability to focus means that you can concentrate your physical, mental, intellectual resources on the most important task at hand without getting distracted. And this requires self-discipline.